Everybody, this is Adam, the Dabbling Warlock, and today we're going to be doing day 16 of the Learn to Draw in 30 Days challenge. Yes, we are halfway through this thing. Don't worry, we got 2 weeks left and we're good. So you may be asking yourselves, what are we going to be doing today? Today, we're going to be drawing a box with rounded corners, and then we're going to punching a hole through it. So we're going to be doing what we've done before. We're just going to be drawing a box. Like so. All right, and we're just going to make sure that these are actually vertical and not going squiggly woogly all over the place. And let me just make sure I've got... There we go. Okay. Just making sure I could see if anybody's chatting. All right, so let's go ahead and clean this up, because that's a bit of a mess. And keep in mind, yeah, we're supposed to be doing these in 15 minutes or so, but it's not the end of the world if it takes you longer. It's not the end of the world if you have to go slower than other people. That's okay. After all, there's a saying that slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right, let's see. And we're just gonna... like that. There we go. All right, we're going to erase that. Okay, so this is our box. Now we need to round the corners. The way, there's a couple ways you can do this. Do this one, you can try and kind of sketch an arc like this. This you can do layout. You can do layout and get and try and figure out things that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for just trying to cleanly as I can draw the arcs like so. All right, and then this one we can go ahead and erase because we're not going to need it, but the others we're going to need for a moment. So what we want to do is we want to just very gently draw a line here, and then we want to draw a line that's kind of tangent like that. And then it's going to curve like that. And then we can go ahead and erase this curve. And that line right there. So, let's see. Like that. I think I might need to calibrate this a little bit. Okay, so like that. And then we're going to kind of do the same thing here. Just imagine a line going back here. Then we got that. And then doing the same thing here. And then we're just going to draw a line. Oh, whoop. There we go. Okay, and then we can erase this. And we can do the same thing here. And we'll clean that up in just a second. There we go. Okay. And then just that. clean that mess up a little bit. And then we'll get this cleaned up. Okay, so there we go. There's our box with rounded corners. And we're just going to try and clean up the lines a little bit. All right, so now the next step is to try and punch a box through it, or a hole through it, I should say. And what we're going to do is we're just going to draw the start of our hole. And then we're going to have, I don't think I got this. This looks off. There, that looks a little more in line. Yep, like that. Okay. All right, and then we're going to just... All right, so back to the hole. So we got the first part. What we're going to do is we're going to draw a line. It's going off into the vanishing point. And if this were a smaller box, we would see, or, but what I mean is, like, if it was shorter in this direction, like, say, like that, we'd be able to see it, and what I'm going to do, or we would be able to see the other side. Ah! I have forgotten how to talk today, folks. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I'm going to keep this one as is. And just... kind of show the curves. Like that, and then we'll go ahead and shade this in. Real quick. And we probably want to do this where it appears darker the further in we go. And the closer to the top we get, so. So something like that, and then okay, there we go. All right, so there's our box. So what we're going to do is what I'm going to do is going to copy this so I could show y'all something. So move that over here and let's see, copy and then paste. There we go. All right, and then we're just going to move this over here and we're done with that. So we can go back to our pen tool. And what we're going to do is we are going to cut this box right here. So what we're going to... So just going to try and... like that. And then we're just going to erase all of this. All right, so now we got this. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to, I'm going to create a new layer real quick, and we're going to switch to a pencil, and we are going to change the color to something that should contrast with the blue, and we're going to very very quickly reveal that I did not get the corners the same, but that's okay. What we're trying to do is we're trying to sketch out or draw behind this box. So and if I had done everything right, yeah, I didn't do everything. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I have messed that up. All right, that's okay. That is okay. It happens. So let's get something a little more precise. All right, so okay, so didn't complete everything, but what we've got is, so what I was trying to do is mark out where the back of this tunnel is going to be. So now that we've got that, we can go back to our blue, which should be like that. And then if we follow this line around, it is defining where this is. Whoops. So what we can do is we can draw the back end of this tunnel, and then we can erase this right here. And apparently erase all my lines. Okay, that's fine. I'll just do like that. And then if we hide that Then if we add that layer, ta-da! We have our box with rounded corners with a hole going straight through it. And I've been moving my pen. So we have a box with rounded corners and we have a hole going straight through it. So that's... And the thing is you can use... you can do this with all sorts of shapes. So let's just real quick. What if we... Oh, there we go. What if we do another box, but we don't round the corners this time? And this time we're going to make it a fairly shallow one. Like that. Alright, so we have our box, and we're going to draw through just very, very lightly. Alright, we're going to clean up some of these lines real quick. Okay, so we have our box. Probably a little cattywampus, but that... But we can try and fix that real quick. Okay. So, a little less cattywampus. So what we're going to do is we're going to be drawing a triangle. So, here's a triangle. Let's just try and get this vertical. And then we want to get that to go back. And then... Alright, so that's where the top of our triangle is going to be. And then let's go ahead and mark where our two sides are going to be. Yeah. Okay, apparently I got this line wrong. That's okay. Alright, so let me just go straight up. Or maybe I didn't. Okay, I think I know. It's this one. Yeah, there we go. That's what was wrong. All right. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we're just going to draw this line going back like that. And then we don't have to completely draw around, because all we need to do is get enough of a line to where we can get this one. Intersect. Okay, so there we go. So draw this one. Back of it. And then we just need to draw And there's our hole. And so we can shade in this face right here. And that face right there. And there we go. So all we gotta do is just erase our construction lines. And voila, there we have our triangle going through this box. And yeah, it looks a little messed up. So I obviously need some more practice, but that's pretty much all there is. That's pretty much what there is to it. It's when you're trying to actually, I think I know what to do here. Undo. Okay, I think, yeah, that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, that's all there. So that's how you put holes in objects. And let me just go ahead and label those. And that's all there is to it. And again, this is building off of what we did a couple of days ago, where we were taking a box and we were chopping off the corners. This is more of that. This is getting to where you're constructing more complex shapes. And honestly, one of the things that this actually comes in handy with is if you're doing like landscapes and stuff like that, especially if you're doing a scene that has a cave, because or a building or any number of things. So, and we'll be seeing that later on. Anyway, that's all I've got today. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Or no, we're going to be doing another lunchtime. We're going to be doing another lunch break session. So I'll be seeing you at 1:30 Central Standard Time, which is GMT -6, UTC -6. If that helps you figure out your time zones. So 1:30 in the afternoon, Central Standard Time. And I hope to see you there for day 17. This is the Dabbling Warlock, signing off.